Welcome to the Art of Balancing It All podcast, a podcast where we get real about the struggles of trying to balance it all from love, family, self-care, career, and entrepreneurship.
Every 2 weeks, we'll talk to dope guests who will give you the goods on how to succeed in this thing called life.
We are your hosts. I'm Pam Thompson-Smith, better known as The Firm.
And I'm Titi Lyle Ellis, the ambassador of Buzz. Welcome to our very first ever YBE and the Art of Balancing It All Spotlight. These spotlights are special episodes where we are going to take the time to focus on members of YBE, which means the Year of Black Entrepreneurs. We bring on very special Black entrepreneurs to tell their story, not just talk about their products and services, but tell the story behind the entrepreneur, let you get them to know them intimately, let you get to know about their products and services. And then after, as usual, with every episode of The Art of Balancing It All, we will have the special episode on our website, which will also include their toolkit, which will include the information you need to then support these very special entrepreneurs. And today, for our very first entrepreneur, we are bringing on Amy Cook, who is the owner of Madalyne Dean Photography. And I'm so excited to bring her on, not just so we can talk about her products and services, but because she's also has a special treat for you as well. So I can't wait any longer. I'm bringing on Amy Cook. Please join us. Hello, Amy Cook.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm excited.
Yes.
Hope
very
you are excited too. We are going to let the audience know what we have for them towards the end. We're not going to give them the goods right now,
Okay.
But let's get straight into you. I'd love for you to give our audience, I already have a good idea of your background, but I would love for you to let our audience know about your background. Where did you grow up?
Okay. Well, I am from a little town called Appomattox, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up, my mother, she was actually a teenager when she had me. She was about 14 when she had me.
Mm-hmm.
So with Mother's Day coming up, I say she's my mom, but she's also like my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her everything. She tells me everything. So those lines didn't get blurred. I know she's mommy. But my grandmother and my great grandmother raised me while she was still finishing school and going to college. So her testimony, her story has always been great to me because even though she was a teenage mother, she still got her bachelor's degree. She got a master's degree. She had her own company.
Wow.
So she showed me that you can be a teenage mother and there are no excuses.
Wow.
So, my father, he's great. He's a pastor now. He lives in New Jersey. So he was 17 when I was born.
Whoa.
So yes, they are, and they are great. They are wonderful parents. So that's where I came from.
So tell us how your upbringing brought you to become an entrepreneur. How did that affect your thinking about your career, about your impact on the world?
Well, I knew that I wanted to be a parent. And so I continued to work really hard just because I saw how hard it was for my mom when she was growing up, even though she had the support from my grandmother. She always pushed me. They all pushed me. I was an avid reader, or what am still an avid reader. And so I remember growing up, I would pull all my little teddy bears around me and I would just read to them consistently. And so by doing that, and I also remember, I tell the story, I went to college with her. That was a time when, I don't know, you could take your kids to college with you.
Yes.
So I remember being in the back of the room and she telling me, you better be quiet, sit back here while I'll do my studies and you read. So I became a teacher.
Wow.
So I became a teacher. I knew from the earliest point on that I wanted to teach.
Wow.
And since then, I think it's also been like a creative thing.
Mm.
And so I have a passion for just the arts, creativity.
Yeah.
Um, I'm 8 years older than my youngest sister, and then I
Okay.
have some other siblings as well. But my sister that I live with, I'm 8 years older than her, so it's almost like I am another parent to her.
Wow.
So
Wow.
since we were so far apart, I pretty much was almost like the only child. Growing up or whatever. So I did a lot of things, just trying. I grew up in the country. There wasn't very much to do
Okay. Okay.
out in the country. So you had to make up some things and find some things to do. So, like I said, she bought me a sewing machine so I can sew me a good straight line.
Okay. Okay.
And then she bought me an easy bake. And so then baking became, and I was always baking cookies and cakes and little things. And so I just, in my free time growing up, it was always something. And, that just led me to where am now, just being a teacher and, teaching other kids. You would think that I would love to teach children to read, but the past couple of years, math has been my thing. And I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know why, but maybe because it was my weakness. But I teach third graders. And so, I tell them,
you.
yes. And I am on them as well. I tell them as well, you don't have any excuses. We gonna do this and we gonna do it right and we gonna do it good.
Well, there's so much that you just said, right? There's so many things I could unpack in what you just said. One, shout out to your mom. It sounds like she's an incredible mother. Happy Mother's Day. This is going to air after Mother's Day, but definitely happy Mother's Day to Amy's mom. But it seems as though she definitely instilled in you both creativity and then that importance of education that led you to teaching, right?
Yes.
So how did you've navigated this year. It's been one of the most unpredictable years, I think, for teachers to have, right? You've had to adjust to the virtual space. You're dealing with third graders whose attention levels are already not as high as some of the older students would be. But yet and still, you've navigated two things. You've navigated teaching and then being a photographer in a virtual space as well. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about how teaching has been for you. Is there any parallel in it that you found when you're trying to navigate both teaching and photography in this pandemic sort of space?
Well, teaching has been, like you said, it's been difficult. It's been difficult for both the parents. It's been difficult for the teachers as well.
Yeah.
And, just getting a mind frame of we have to support the kids emotionally as well as try to teach. And it's just parallel. Like teachers have to take care of themselves emotionally as well. And kind of think that sometimes we just have to take a step back. And if it's going outside for an extra 30 minutes to kind of, regroup, that's just sometimes what we need, what all of us need as teachers in this field and going through the pandemic. I think it's starting to open up now. It's still interesting. I don't know what next year holds for the kids. We still, right now we're looking at it's 5 days a week back in the classroom. But it's just been so different. Some kids, they stay virtual the entire year. So with them going back to school next year, it's going to be interesting to see that transition that they've been out for a year. So it's just been, it's almost like a chameleon. You got to adapt to every situation very quickly. And I think you just got to go in and gauge the situation when you get there during the day and then make your plans to what it's going to look like. So that's what I, kind of learned. And then when you take in photography, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's been stressful. So you take in photography, and that became my outlet. I had a couple of seniors this year. And when I go, it's like you get in the zone and you just see you working the beauty around you. Yes, you work with, you know, the seniors that I've been working with. They are like, yes, ma'am, you know, we'll do it. Yes, I'm open to this. Like they are just, you know, they're open to everything. Let's try it. Let's do it, you know? And so it hasn't been, that's a part of my day where I get out, we'll put the music on and we'll just go for it. And they just smile and say, what you want me to do now?
So I know what your specialty is in photography. Let's let the audience know what your specialty is in photography as you talk about seniors.
Okay. So, well, let's put it this way. I started out, shout out to my cousin who said over the summertime she wanted me to do her engagement photos.
Okay.
And so I was like, wow, okay, I can do that. So I did her engagement photos over the summer. So right now I've had a lot of families and working on seniors. I wouldn't mind. I would love to actually get some more couples in the mix.
Okay.
Yes, because I love a dope couple. Like, I'm like, just give me all of the sass, give me all of your vibes, your energy. Like I want to see it. And you know, I look out and it's just amazing what you can do. And I give it to my families. When my families come, you know, I want to focus on the kids and I want to focus on the families. But I tell married couples all the time, let's get it.
I know that's right. Married couples.
Yes,
that's right.
We're not going to leave you guys out. Y'all been married for a while, and while the focus is on your family and your kids, you can't forget, you know, what you two have as well, because they wouldn't have been there without you guys.
So, okay, fellas, date day, a photography shoot. Hello. We giving you some ideas. You need to spice up some things. Schedule your ladies session. Surprise them with a photography session. See, we're always giving those nuggets. We're dropping those nuggets all the time. So you do engagements. You do couples, married couples.
Families.
You are on the spectrum. Families.
And seniors. Shout out to my class of 2021 this year.
Yes, and seniors. And you know, with the seniors, there's such a new trend. I remember when we got into college, nobody took a photo, made an announcement. It was like when Uncle Bob, whoever came over, or Doc, it was just like, oh, which college are you going to? You told them, and that was it. But it's a whole ceremonial thing right now. So you're part of this huge shift for seniors, right? And it's huge for them, because they don't have the graduations we traditionally have.
Yeah. And it's not only high school seniors, college seniors. When I left college. And like, that was it. I didn't think about a photo shoot. I didn't think about anything. Like, who does photo shoots? And now I'm seeing all of these graduating, what are they, college people, and they're doing photo shoots. Yes, the sororities and fraternities and things like that. It's just like, oh my gosh. So yes, I'm all about that.
So you are capturing, because you know I'm a marketer and my marketing mind goes, so you are capturing love and celebrations.
That's what you're capturing. I love that. Yes.
Love and celebrations. Oh, it just gives me goosebumps. Those good times of our life. I love it. I love it. You're a key part of those really monumental points in our lives, those milestone points. I love that. So when did you realize you wanted to do photography? What brought you to photography?
Well, like I said, at one time, I was all over the place. You know, I said the baking, I said the sewing, I was making wreaths. I was doing so much. And I was just like, you know, it was, I think I traveled with my husband for a while because he's a football coach. And we, you know, about every 3 years we would move. And so I think as soon as I got into my mojo, we would get up and move. And so then I would have to start all over. So when we moved where we are currently in North Carolina, we planted some roots, bought a house. So I was like, ooh, that means I'm here to stay for a little bit.
Yes.
So like I said, when I did my cousin's photo shoot, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this to the next step. I'm going to keep on working at it, and we're going to see where it goes. And then shout out to YBE, Young Black Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I joined that.
Angela Milton.
Yes, I joined that, and with the amount of knowledge that comes with joining that group, it was just like, I don't know what, it just shot me off. And from there, it was just like no looking back. I formed my business became an LLC. I got a business coach. Shout out to Steven Walker. And just everything just started blooming. So, got more into my social media, and I just said, this is it. I'm gonna stick. It had been a while since I really stuck with something, and I said, I'm gonna stick with this, and we're gonna rock it out.
That is awesome. And so just a quick shout out to YBE. Being a member of YBE means that you have access to all of the members who bring their own level of expertise, their own personalities. That you get a group of champions, right, who are pushing you full throttle. I am a part of YBE. Oftentimes, I'm giving marketing advice. I'm also launching my own thing, so I get the benefit of having those folks, the expertise. And really, you get over 40 plus. They're at 75, if not 100 at this point. You get all of these accountability partners. So it's definitely something that if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking for accountability partners and expertise and grants, finance, business strategy, it's the place to be. It's the place to be. So really quick, I'm going to stop and show the audience some samples of your work with these. I see a spicy couple, mom and dad. But yes, here are some examples of Amy's work. And again, we are about to give you some information on an opportunity to actually work with Amy. So Amy, let's get into your business. Let's get into some information about your services, your products, what people will receive, what makes you different from other photographers, what is the experience they're going to get, and then we'll give them how to connect with you.
Okay. Well, like I said, I am Madalyne Dean Photography. My business is actually named after my kids. And so I take, I have, like you said before, love of families. Like I believe in family first. So with my family sessions, we get really into what is going to make it fun for you. Because when you leave, I want you to say, like I've heard some of my other clients say before, like, this was really fun. Like, I want to laugh. I want to joke. I want to play. Tell me what's your favorite songs. We're going to take your songs. I'm going to bring out my little speaker and we're going to have fun. Like that. I want your session. We want our poses, but we want our candid moments. And I love candid moments. I love anything creative to try. So, with me, whether it's family or senior or couples, that's what we're going to get. We are going to have fun in our sessions. You're going to get your images, your digital images that we have. I also have some print packages that we can work together to get. A lot of my clients have asked me, what should I wear? So we'll go over things like, what's going to look good for this location that we're going to.
Right.
And I want to talk to you also about your location. What's going to work best for you? Because if you like urban, if you want to be downtown, and I've selected, let's go to a country setting where there's trees, where you're not going to be happy. So that's another thing, like the communication. I like to keep the communication open with you. When you set up a time to come meet with me concerning your session.
Okay. Excellent. So I love that. So oftentimes one of the things that's the hardest to figure out is where you want to take pictures. So I love that you bring in that consulting side of things on that. So before we go into how people can work with you, what is something that you would give the entrepreneurs out there? What recommendations would you give to those who are interested in doing something similar to what you have started and really started and propelled yourself in this photography realm?
One, I would say have patience. Don't think that it's going to come overnight. Like really sit down, get yourself organized. I know we say, we want to go out there, but also don't become a perfectionist, which is one of the things that I think that kept me back for a long time. And still may trip me up every now and again. But that perfectionist, but take your time, map out what you want your business to look like. I'm I like to be organized.
Yes.
And so I know that there were things that I wanted to have in place before I started my business. And I got a little bit of them, and it's still some work to do.
Yeah.
But just believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, and just go for it.
Awesome. So now let's talk about the surprise.
All right, let's get it.
Pull up the surprise. Well, Amy, as we were starting, she said, I want to give the audience something. And I looked and said, okay. So there is an opportunity to win a free family or individual session or a spicy dope couple.
Yeah, that's right. Spicy dope.
To win a free session where Amy is going to come to the Raleigh area, and she is going to do a session with you at American Tobacco campus. Well, what do you have to do to get in and have an opportunity to do this free session? If you follow The Art of Balancing It All on Facebook, along with Madalyne Dean Photography's page on Facebook, by May 19th, we will be selecting those who have followed both pages. And if you could just DM Amy at the Madalyne Dean Photography on that page, DM her after you've done both of the follows. You will be part of the group that will be selected. There'll be one person selected to have their own session at the American Tobacco campus. So fellas, if you're looking for something to do for your ladies, if you're looking for something fun to do with your fella, or if you need that family session, we went through a hell of a year. And we're still here. And if you want to have a family session with your family and capture the joy that you all have in 2021, or just an individual session, do that. Follow us at The Art of Balancing It All on Facebook, and follow Madalyne Dean Photography on Facebook. DM Madalyne afterwards and say, hey, I've done it by May 19th. And we will then announce it. I'm going to also put this information, because when I'm not the Joy Builder coach, I am the ambassador of Buzz. I will be posting this information on our channels as well to remind you what you need to do to get that opportunity. Who does not like a photo session, a digital photo session, a free photo session? And Amy's going to have the music for you. We already have the place for you. You got to do it. You got to get it. So Amy, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to find out your background, to know about your story. Big ups to your mom and dad, and all that they've done to have you turn into this beautiful woman who's also a teacher of our children, and at the same time, a photographer of love and celebration. Right?
Yes, I love that.
Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we head out?
Nope, just thank you for this opportunity to speak and to be a part of the art and balance of building it all.
Oh, thank you. You have been listening to The Art of Balancing It All YBE Spotlight. If you would like to follow us everywhere that you can listen to a podcast. Check out our episodes on theartofbalancingitall.com. Check out this episode because there will be a toolkit that will let you know how to get in touch with Amy, the owner of Madalyne Dean Photography. And then also follow us on our social media because I'm going to be posting on there just how you can get your free session. I will see you with Pamela Thompson-Smith, aka The Firm, on our next The Art of Balancing It All episode. As always, be well, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right.